All right, students, I think we are good to go, right? So we'll start with Amrinder.
Yes, ma'am. I am audible.
Yes, Amrinder, perfectly audible.
Okay, Jalandhar Kent. Recently, I passed my plus two class with non-medical stream from St. Soldier Divine Public School. Now I am studying at LKCTC in first year of B.Tech Mechanical Engineering. My favorite hobbies are like to play cricket as well as badminton, and also like singing and play harmonium in my free times. I want to become a best mechanical engineer to fulfill my dreams and my family dreams. And I want to settle at foreign.
Okay, so you want to settle
Thank you, ma'am.
in a foreign country. So what would be your preference?
Ma'am, Canada or Australia?
All right, Canada or Australia. So do you have family there?
Ma'am, yes, family members have.
Okay, wonderful. Right? So Aryan has sent his introduction, right? So I'll read it out for all of you so that you are also familiar with Aryan, right? So hello there, my name is Aryan. I just passed out from my high school from non-medical stream, and currently I am doing my B.Tech in mechanical engineering from Lalpur Khalsa College of Engineering. My interest includes watching movies, series, games, and YouTube. My list of passions is too long, and finally, my goal is to complete a PhD in quantum mechanics from a foreign university. Wow, Aryan, I'm really impressed with that. So, usually when we are in our bachelor's, we hardly think of, going as far as a PhD, as getting a PhD, but you're so clear with your goal. So that is quite a good break from, the rest. So, and in quantum mechanics, all right, from a foreign university. So, Aryan, which would be your dream university to enroll for a PhD? So you can just, reply in the, okay, TUM Germany. So what would be the full form of TUM? So I think University of, all right, never mind. So that is wonderful, Aryan, right? So who else would like to go next? Okay, Technical University of Munich. All right, so who would like to go next? So let me check my list. Hanji, Amandeep, are you ready? Yes, Amandeep.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Beta, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Amandeep Kaur. I am from Jalandhar itself. I am B.Tech in EC from LKCTC Jalandhar. I am a fable person. I live in nuclear family. My hobby is reading books. That's all about me. Thank you.
All right, so you're fond of reading books in your free time. So, what kind of books do you prefer to read, Amandeep?
From freedom fighters.
Okay, so books about freedom fighters. All right. So, Gurpreet, you would like to go next? Hanji, Gurpreet, am I audible? Hanji Gurpreet, am I audible? Yes, Gurpreet, you may introduce yourself. And I believe Prabdeep is also left, right? So Prabdeep, would you like to go first?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. This is Prabdeep Singh. I recently completed my plus 2 class in CPS Kumar Gurdaspur. Now I am studying at Laipur Khalsa College in B.Tech Mechanical Engineering. I have a great interest in machines. That's why I chose mechanical engineering branch. I want to become an officer by giving GAT exams. I like to play outdoor game because it makes our body fit. I also fond of listening music. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So Prabdeep, which are your favorite games? Outdoor games?
Ma'am, volleyball.
Volleyball. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That was wonderful. All right. So Gurpreet, would you like to go now? Hanji Gurpreet, am I audible to you? Never mind. Then Firoz, would you like to introduce yourself again?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead.
Ma'am, my name is Firoz. Recently, I have completed my 12th class in non-medical. Currently, I am took admission in B.Tech Mechanical Engineering. My aim is to become a good engineer in our life. So that this is a great reason I am pursuing a mechanical engineering. My aim is to I like most of games like cricket and football. Mostly, I am interested in motivated books that helps to boost our confidence level. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So you also watch motivational videos?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So that was good, Firoz. And yes, this was certainly better than your last attempt. So you had your thoughts more clearly organized, right? So, okay. So Gurpreet,
Ma'am, yes.
Gurpreet, in case you're facing some problem, you may let me know. In case there is some network issue at your end or I am not audible. So I found a video on YouTube which I'll be sharing with you now. So I just hope it works well. Hanji, so the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
About giving a introduction presentation. And I talked about the importance of relating who you are to your audience to make sure that they will be engaged with what you're talking about and really care about who you are as a person. In this video, I want to talk about what you can say specifically when you're giving a 60-second self-introduction. Hey, my name is Carl Kwan. This channel here is all about learning presentation skills. I'll teach you how-tos, tips, and tricks to give better presentations. You'll also see some of my work videos. I own a company called Kwan Multimedia, which is a video marketing agency. So see some of those videos here too, but for the most part, you'll get presentations videos here to help you give better presentations. So make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell icon as well. Okay, so when you have to give a 60-second self-introduction, first of all, where would this even take place? Well, a lot of times this takes place in business meetings. It could take place when you're doing an interview. Maybe you're in front of a school group or something like that, and you just tell people who you are. So what you can say is you can start off with saying your name and saying who you are as far as your job or your title or what you're studying, something like that. So you might say, hi, my name is Carl. I'm an MBA student from the University of California, and I'm currently studying mechanical engineering, something like that. So that'd be a really great start. Now, the next part of it is you can talk about something that maybe you specialize in, or maybe why you decide to study that. It's just to give people a little bit of background as to who you are as a person. So you could say something like, when I was a child, I really loved putting things together and making things and tinkering with things. And I always just knew how things went together. And it was always so boring for me to just sit in a classroom and not be able to make anything. I was most at home when I made something and built things and designed things. And that's what led me to becoming an engineering student. So the next part of it now is to tell people, okay, this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm giving the presentation and why I'm speaking to you guys today. So one thing you could say if we're talking about this mechanical engineering person is to say, today I'm going to talk about something that is going to be really interesting to give you a better perspective on what we do as mechanical engineers. And it might even spark a little bit of interest and curiosity in becoming an engineer, or at least knowing more about engineering yourself. So that's what you have to do to sort of wrap up that 60-second introduction. Just talk about an objective or a goal, or maybe something you want the audience to do. It's just a little way of like saying, okay, well, here's who I am, here's where I came from, and now here's where we're going with this. So it's just a neat little tidy way to have 3 sections of that presentation to give that 60-second introduction. Now, just as a final tip here, a 60-second introduction is approximately 150 words. So if you're write it out exactly what you want to say word for word, and you're hitting about 150 words, that is perfect. Anything above that, you're going to start speaking a little bit too fast, and it might be hard for people to understand you. A little bit slower than that, then you won't come up to 60 seconds, which is also really good, because nobody will complain if your presentation is less than 60 seconds. All right, anyway, hopefully that is helpful for you. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments about that, and go ahead and try it and let me know how it works for you as well. All right, thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.
All right, students. So all right. So I hope you all watched that video. It was quite a short video. However, the tips which were shared, I felt they're quite relevant, right? So I'll share the screen back to this image of who I am that I found. All right. So ek beta, just I want to share a few tips with you, which I noticed and I made note of while you were all introducing yourselves. So first of all, beginning the sentence with myself, this, right? If I may say myself, Praneet. So that is grammatically incorrect. What instead you should be saying is my name is this or I am this, right? So that is a better way. Then secondly, whenever we say I like if your hobby is listening to music, so it is always listening to music, right? Not listen music. जो हमारा ये verb है ना listen, इसके साथ ये to preposition हमेशा लगता है, right? Your mom would say listen to me first, right? So listen to music, listen to the radio, listen to your teacher, listen to your parents, right? So listen के साथ to हमेशा जाएगा. Then another tip which I have for you, just to make your introduction more interesting, that would be to include details. Now, what kind of details am I talking about here, right? For example, अगर आप बात कर रहे हैं कि I like to read books. So in that case, what you can say is, what kind of books do you like to read? You can speak about that. right? So you can say, I like to read mystery books, or I like to read novels about World War, or I like to read novels about freedom fighters, I like to read non-fiction books. ठीक है, तो जो बुक्स में आपने स्पेसिफिकली बताना है, क्योंकि आई लाइक टू रीड बुक्स एक बहुत ही वेग सा वो है, लाइक इट्स अ वेरी ओपन एंडेड सेंटेंस, so you should be more specific. Similarly, if you're talking about movies, you can always mention what kind of movies do you like to watch, if you have any favorite actor or actress or maybe a director, right? So you can always talk about that, right? And same is true for TV shows. You can always include that I like to watch TV shows, and I recently finished watching this one, or these days I am watching this one. जैसे मेरे लिए आप सारे न्यू स्टूडेंट्स हो, and even for each other you are not too familiar with each other yet, right? And since the class is going online, जब offline होता है, it is a different scenario. You get the time to interact in person with each other, to get to know each other, right? अभी हमारा सारी जो वो interaction है, getting to know each other, that is all taking place digitally, right? It is through Zoom. Maybe you guys might be connecting to each other through WhatsApp if you have any doubts, so on and so forth. So इसी में that is why जो भी आपको मौका मिल रहा है to introduce yourself, to get to know each other, तो उसमें हम maximum details include करेंगे, so that now I would know that मेरी क्लास में काफी सारे हैं cricket fans. Then I also know that some of you are also interested in sports, right? Then I know what you want to do in your future. No doubt the plans keep changing, right? But still I have some idea that who my students are, right? So this is the whole idea of this exercise, was to break the ice, right? To get more familiar with each other, and also to practice how you could introduce yourself. For example, even in a casual context, let's say you're meeting someone new, just in a casual environment, maybe at some party or somewhere, right? Or if you're meeting someone in professional terms, right? If you're appearing for an interview, usually this is going to be the first question, that tell us something about yourself. So उसी situation के according आप relevant details include करेंगे, and you will just introduce yourself. See, now in terms of a job, yes, it is a good idea to talk about your strengths, your weaknesses, what makes you special, right? What are your various skills or talents, क्योंकि उस जगह पे आपने, to be honest, आपने impress करना है अपने interviewer को, so that he or she ends up picking you for that job, right? तो आपने उस तरह से ही अपना answer frame करना है in that particular situation, so that the other person knows that yes, you are a good fit, you are a good candidate for this particular position. All right. So any doubts that you might have, anything you might want to clarify? So I did notice that there were a few grammatical errors, right? So don't worry about those. We have the next semester to work on that. So this very semester, the next few weeks, we are going to work on your grammar skills, right? थोड़ा सा जैसे I noticed कि tenses का थोड़ा issue है. If you like, हम बीच में ना एक आधी क्लास सिर्फ tenses को revise करने के लिए ले लेंगे. Very brief, I will go through the different tenses that are there, and in which situation you are supposed to use which tense, right? So I'll just make a chart for the same. कुछ एक like I was going through the resources that are there on internet. So there was this very convenient chart जिसमें हिंदी वाला equivalent भी साथ में दिया था, right? So I believe हिंदी पंजाबी में जब होता है, तो since that is our vernacular language, we are more at ease, isn't it? Do you agree with me? Hanji? Yes, Altaf, Suraj, Amandeep, what do you say? Aryan, Samuel, Dharampreet. तो जब हिंदी पंजाबी में ट्रांसलेट करके बता देते हैं, थोड़ा सा इजी हो जाता है फॉलो करना, राइट? सिंस दैट इज आवर मदर टंग, so we are definitely more comfortable, and उसको फिर it's easier to imagine the same in English, right? कि इस इधर ये वाली बात कर रहे हो आप, तो ये वाला टेंस यूज करोगे, राइट? तो अगर मैं उसको हिंदी सेंटेंस भी बता दूं, you will be more at ease. So let's do one thing. In the next lab session, we'll keep the first session for revision of tenses, right? And then we'll begin with whatever is next, right? So I hope everybody
Yes,
agrees with
ma'am.
that idea. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
wonderful. So anything else you might want to ask? Any doubt that you have? So I just wanted to share these few tips about introducing yourself, right? Okay. So now just talking about how your classes are going. So it has been 3 days already. Today is the 4th day for your classes, right? So I
Yes, ma'am.
hope you are feeling settled in. Routine वगैरह set हो गया थोड़ा सा?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And कुछ ऐसे hectic तो नहीं लग रहा ज़्यादा कि it's completely occupying half of your day?
No, ma'am.
Okay, not yet. So gradually the work will start, assignments will come, right? But by then you are going to be very used to this routine, so that won't matter, right? Okay, since we have a few minutes to go, why not have another activity? So I'll give you time to think about your favorite movie, right? Favorite movie or a favorite TV show. And then you are supposed to tell me why do you like that show? What made you, so hooked to that show? Why is it your favorite show? ठीक है जी. So take your 5 minutes. See, now this won't take long because हमें पता होता है हमारी favorite movie कौन सी है या favorite show कौन सा है, या जो भी आप आजकल कोई देख रहे हो, कुछ आपको बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, you can talk about that. Just 2 or 3 sentences, not more, right? So you can just tell me which is your favorite show and what do you like the most about it. So maybe you like the actors in it, maybe you like the story, maybe you like the plot, maybe you like the flow of the story, that it's very fast, or maybe you like the cinematography, how it has been shot, right? So just think about that. After 5 minutes, we will all share our answers, right? I'll mention this in the chat as well for everyone. So your time begins, right? It is 11:42, so at 11:45 or so, we can start sharing our answers. All right? So students, you can just drop a message in the chat once you are ready to share your answers. All right, Suraj, you may share your answer. You may unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Suraj, you may share your answer whenever you are ready.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
हाँ जी.
हाँ जी, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
हाँ जी, ma'am.
तो आप अपना आंसर बेटा शेयर कर सकते हैं about your favorite movie and why is it your favorite movie or a TV show.
मैम मैंने वहाँ मैसेज में भेजा था.
Okay, so now you can tell me why do you like that one?
बिकॉज मैम इसमें सस्पेंसेस होते हैं और अगर ट्विस्ट बहुत अच्छे अच्छे आते हैं. So
All right, so why don't you try saying that in English?
yeah.
So, you can mention that I like it because of the suspense and the plot twists.
And
Right,
thrills
so-
also.
So it keeps you,
Yes.
it makes you wonder what will happen next.
Like what, ma'am?
Like it makes you, आपको जैसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं ना कि I always मतलब मुझे I am always waiting कि अभी next क्या होगा इसमें, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Unpredictable in those terms,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So you can always use these words to describe why you like it, or why you like any, like in terms of the shows which are suspense thrillers. So these words can be used, that there are a lot of plot twists. It is very fast paced, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, so Gurpreet, you were also telling me about your favorite movies. Why don't you unmute yourself and share the same? Hanji Gurpreet. So Gurpreet, would you like to share? So students, just one tip for you, in case you ever face some network issues or I am not audible, feel free to let me know, right? Because that won't be an issue. I understand that we have these infrastructure problems day in and day out. So that is not a big deal. You can always let me know if I am not audible or if something is not working properly at your end, right? But make sure you interact in this class. Why? Because see, at the end, you are going to face a viva. Not once but twice. So I want कि आपकी वो hesitation खत्म हो जाए to give answers in the class, to interact in the class, right? So now, Gurpreet, you were answering me in the chat. However, now I don't know why you are not responding now. Hanji Jatin, yes.
Okay, ma'am. MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe movies are one of my favorite movies. And I like MCU most because they have a connection of every movie to each other. Like when one movie ends, the storyline attaches to the next movie. In M- in MCU, VFX is used there, which I like very much. Also, uh, I do like watching Hindi movies which are related to our history or an adventure.
All right. So even though I don't have much experience of watching these Marvel movies, however, I have heard that all the 21 or odd movies which have come till now, they're all connected, right? And the people who are passionate about them, they are quite passionate. This is what I've noticed.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if anyone has watched every single movie, they will understand all the storyline. But if you will watch last movie like Marvel Avenger Endgame, you will not understand anything.
Yes, actually, that is what happened with me. I had gone to watch Avengers Endgame, so it was quite hyped up back then, right? So my friends were going, and I was also very keen to go. However, I did not get any reference. So I remember there was this one scene, I believe the guy who Iron Man, so he had Thor's hammer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So and at that moment the whole theater went, oh wow. And I was left wondering that why, what is the big deal? And then later on my friends explained it to me that only somebody who's very, let's say, capable of handling that hammer is able to use it, and not everybody can use it. So this is why this is
Yes,
a very
ma'am.
big moment, right? So that did encourage me to watch all the movies, but I did not. Okay, it was Captain America and not Iron Man. All right. All right, Aryan. So see, I don't even remember the characters that well, right? So that did encourage me. Let's see if I'll be able to watch the complete series. It's quite a lot of work. Okay, so Aryan has sent his answer as well, and I'll read it for you. My favorite TV series is Dark because it's a time travel movie, and the way time travel goes, that series had blown my mind. My favorite movie is Interstellar. It is also a time travel and a sci-fi movie, and for a person who has interest in space science stuff, would definitely going to love this movie. And also, I'm a super big fan of MCU. So a lot of Marvel comic universe fans here in the class. Anybody else who's fond of Marvel comics? The movies or the comics? So nobody else? Okay, Dharampreet is also fond of them. All right. So, okay, students, that was all for today's class. I am really happy that you have been interacting and coming up with your answers and sharing your answers, right? So the introduction round was particularly very good. So now I know my students a little better, and I hope you also know each other better, right? So you must have discovered similar interests, people with similar interests, right? So all the better and all the more convenient for you to connect to each other.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Feroz. So I hope you also enjoyed this class. So this is how this class is, more or less going to be. It will be more about interacting with each other. It will be more about such, such activities, right? It is not going to be purely, theoretical and just me teaching you something. No, this is about each of us sharing our thoughts, sharing our opinions, right? And in that process, we'll be learning something new. Of course, working on our language as well. So thank you very much for attending the class and enjoy your weekend, right? A 2 days break. So come back all refreshed for the classes on Monday. Okay, take care, bache.
Thank you very much,
Thank,
ma'am.
thank you, ma'am.
छोटी हो तुम तो इतनी बड़ी हो और स्ट्रॉन्ग भी तो हो ना